Family Art Fest.
Oh, okay, the
sorry.
21st.
Yes.
Okay,
So
okay.
Juneteenth is sorry that I have opening, so
No worries.
I'm glad I can see at least the first like 15 minutes.
I am too. And we're recording them.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
So everything's gonna go on our YouTube channel.
Oh, great. And how soon after does it go on YouTube?
Those are good questions.
She's like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
She'll have an answer by tomorrow morning.
Oh, good. Second installment, Michelle. So
we're learning. Okay, should I go up? Or?
yes, Kristen gave you the green light. Great. And don't feel like you don't have to test the mic. We haven't actually tested it.
So I should test the mic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Michelle.
Yeah, buddy.
I
think it's on.
Our second installment. We learned that from last time.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
Okay, now it's on.
Perfect.
Okay, hi everyone. Thank you so much for joining us in person and online today. My name is Michelle Donnelly and I am the Evelyn and Will Kaplan Curator of 20th Century Art in the John Roden Collection here at PAFA. And it's my pleasure to introduce Brittany Lewis, who is our Director of Community Education and Engagement here at PAFA. In her role, Brittany leads public programming, exhibitions-connected learning, and citywide partnerships that expand access to art and interpretation. She holds degrees from Penn State University and Drexel University's LeBeau College of Business. Today, she will be previewing PAFA's 2026 slate of programs tied to Bodies and Souls, A Nation of Artists, Threaded Currents, and more. Please join me in welcoming Brittany.
Thanks, Michelle. Thank you guys for being here. Again, we welcome you to Art at Noon. This is one of our many programs that we here at PAFA are labeling as anchors. And anchors in a such where we want you to know that these are consistent and they're opportunities for us to show up, but also to touch point with you. So welcome, and we hope that you continue to be part of our dialogue. Before we get started, I do want to say we won't really dive deep into statistics or data or dates, right? I really want to invite you all to have a conversation with us because this is your personal invitation from my team to you to say welcome. Welcome to this philosophy, welcome to this mission of the work that we're doing. And so one of the things that we like the most, you'll see my colleague Frank waving to everybody. One of the things that we enjoy the most about working at PAFA is that we are at the intersection of not only the bridge between the museum and the school, but one of the things that we enjoy the most is being the connective tissue between the community and PAFA. And so our job a lot of the times is interpreting the works of art on the wall and then connecting them to the community. But we can't do that alone. We ask all of you to grow with us, to build with us, and to form that dialogue. There's so many things and ideas that we ponder on day in and day out. But while we talk today, I hope that we spark an idea in your mind to reach out to us, right? You know our touch points. We're going to talk about those today. You know how to contact us. All of our information is available. And we're here. We show up just like you. So we will dive deep into a few of our programs, right? Because that's one of the things that we're going to talk about. But know that the door is open to that conversation of what more we can be doing. Okay, so again, like I said, we're not going to talk about stats and statistics, which many people at PAFA know that those are things that I do enjoy. I do like numbers. Frank is laughing the hardest. I love that. But I actually want to start with a moment. So not too long ago, I was standing in an art space, and there was a young person in the area, and I could tell they felt fidgety, uncomfortable. And so I walked over and I approached them. And I said a few things like, what do you think of this artwork? What brings you here? Things like that. And after the young person felt seen, they felt a bit more comfortable to say to me, I love art. but I don't feel comfortable in the space. I don't feel like I belong. And that's why we're talking today. The big message that I want to harness and share is that belonging is the future of art spaces. And through art education is where we're trying to harness that. We want to be part of what we're building and really be the part of the future of where art is going. I have a few notes here to make sure I don't dive too deep into the mission and the theory, so bear with me. And so I question a lot of people, besides from my department, art education and engagement, what role do all of we play in making sure that people feel seen and feel welcomed in these art spaces? It really is the onus of all of us and to have that responsibility, because there's young people here often. If you walk through PAFA, you'll see Frank teaching 3 times a week with our young people. And in the summer, you'll see them 5 times. But it's also people that look like us, that might be in continuing education. How do they feel? Maybe they enjoy doing workshops, but do you invite them to the gallery to actually see the art? I challenge you all to think about this concept as not just a responsibility of PAFA, but a responsibility of all of us. I mentioned some of our big anchoring programs, right? Art at Noon, which we're here at today. I mentioned just last week, we had our first Art at Noon of the year. And one of the things I'm most proud of, PAFA, is that we did something that pushed the envelope a bit. We changed the approach. It's now hybrid, so welcome to all of you here live with us and those of you who are streaming. But these are things that we've heard from you, we've heard from the community, that people are interested in the accessibility of watching virtually, but they also want to build community. And so we met people where they are, and we're doing both. So thank you for being part of that history. And we want to do more of these programs. So our anchoring programs, Art at Noon, Family Art Day, Third Thursday. These are things that you're familiar with, maybe not Third Thursday, that's something we're going to start. But we see these as a touch point for you to continue the conversation with us, to build, to grow. And I do want to give you guys a glimpse more into the work that we do. Of course, I don't want to give you a laundry list, right? So this is a short synopsis of some of the things that Frank and our team are working on. And you'll see what's so unique about the work that we do is that we get to be not only interpreters of the collection, of the art, but because we're America's first art school and museum, we can go in depth on our workshops. And so I'll give you some examples. We have a grant that provides after-school art classes for young people here at PAFA. So 2 times a week, you'll see young people in high school learning the fundamentals of drawing and painting. And that's access, right? Access is getting those young people through the door. But what we are really harnessing is making sure those young people feel like they belong here. So when they come here, right, they might meet me in the lobby, they'll see Frank in the classroom, but we want to make sure that they know that this is a place they can continue to come back to, that they can grow here. So even last week, we had an Art at Noon, and afterwards we'll chat. You guys are welcome to chat with us and stay for a little bit. And I met a PAFA alum, Anne, and I was telling her a little bit about Art at Noon and the team. We started talking about after school, and she says, oh, I am a recipient of the after school art class, and I would love to come and speak to your young people about my experience. Do you know Anne is also an artist in Bodies and Souls? And the impact of these young people, that they can meet someone that was once in their shoes and is now in the actual collection on view. Think about the impact that that makes. all of us have the responsibility to be a part of this mission, this thing that keeps us up and drives us here every day. And so, yes, there's a lot on this screen. There's more. Come talk. I'll tell you everything that we work on. But I only, in the brochures, but I share all of this because these are just touch points that you can connect with us and be a part of what we're building here. Grow with us is the ultimate invitation. And of course, I want to resource you with what's happening right now. So we have a long calendar for the year that is robust, and all of this information is available, whether it's on the website because of our dear colleague, Kristen and team, our newsletter, right? But I want you all to be part of our advocacy, right? And this place is your art place. And when you're talking to your friends, your family, and your network, I want you to be equipped with, oh yes, PAFA, they do tons for young people. 3 times a week, young people are there taking art classes. Oh, they're grant-based and they're tuition-based. They have something for everyone. I see it now. Family Art Day. This is something that is also one of our anchors that we talked about. You will consistently see this show up on Sundays, Sunday afternoon. You and your family and your friends can do art making with us. We just hosted our first of the year last month where we had young people making over 60 pinwheels. Some of them are consistently here, right? They were part of our summer camp and then they came back on Sundays with us with their friends. But come on Sunday, bring your friends, bring your family. We're doing art and it's an invitation for you to join us. Again, another touch point for access. This is pay what you wish. It's open to everyone in the community. And again, we will be there. And so when you have an idea or you are an alum like Anne, or you have a passion for art making, or you're excited about a collection, know that you can talk to us. We want to hear your ideas because we're building this together. Art at Noon, what we're participating in right now. I'm very excited. In March, we're going to kick off a series, How to Collect Art. I know, I see the head shaking. I'm excited too. It's beginner friendly. We have speakers who are at different journeys of the collecting, I would say, stages. So they'll both talk to you about the do's and the don'ts, getting over your fears or angst. And these are topics that we came to curate as programs because we're talking to our friends and our network and the community. So we invite you to continue to put this on your calendar. Pull out your phone. It's the first Wednesday. It's at noon. It's a rush of culture to get you through the week. And then lastly, I want to start to talk about Third Thursday, so you're also very well versed in this one and you're running and telling all your friends. On Third Thursday, we are going to start a community where we meet here 6 to 8, and we will connect and start to talk about how we are interpreting the art on the walls. We'll dive deep into the artists, we'll dive deep into how the curators pick the show. I mean, really the bounds are endless, right? And this one in particular is about Bodies and Souls, the Kohler collection, where we will have a film screening. The director, Evan Goodchild, will be here for a talk back. And this is a documentary that dives deep into one of the artists in the show, Gillespie. And I have seen previews and it's chilling. So no spoilers, but it's definitely chilling. But again, we do all of this because we are grounded in access. Access to come through the door, but the culture of belonging is what we're harnessing. And you'll hear me say this a few times, but we can't do it alone. PAFA cannot do it alone. The legacy of PAFA being the first school and art museum can't do it alone. It comes through artists, it comes through community, partnership, and all of you. So we'll continue to harness this and know that you're welcome to be a part of this. And I'll dive a bit deeper into the collections because we like to create access and opportunity. Something that we have on view right now is our threaded currents. And this is a partnership actually. And this is on view on our upper level here in this building. One of the fun things that we're doing to connect with this collection is that our Family Art Day in March will be young people making kites. I know, I'm excited. And then they'll take these kites and they'll have them on the plaza and they'll play with them. And it's another way where not only are we talking about the artwork and the artist, but you're actually doing the art making. And that's one of the things that we're most proud of here at PAFA. Bodies and Souls, we talked a bit about. This will open in March. The installment happened last week. That's why we had Bob Castellano here, our original curator, who was able to tell you more about Bodies and Souls. When you come back to PAFA for tours, you'll meet members of the team that will give you tours, but also know that we have programs that will also help you connect. We talked about the film screening. We're also doing an an artist talk in April. And that's another consistent anchor program that Thursday evenings, that you can come join us and hear from some artists that are featured in that collection. A Nation of Artists. Oh yes, did we have a question?
Yes, one question, quick. What time is the third Thursdays take place? What is this, 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock?
Yes, 6 to 8.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Just add it in,
Guys, music to my ears. Did you hear that? He's adding it to his calendar. All of you follow along. This is exactly why we're here. It's working, Frank. We're doing something. Okay, excited. Momentum. Nation of Artists. You all have heard me talk about a Nation of Artists. You all have been talking about a Nation of Artists. It is coming. It is approaching. It will be our reinstallment in April, and I could keep you here all day, maybe all week, if I told you all of the programs and activities we have for a Nation of Artists. But I will talk about something that we're most proud of, which is in March. We're actually kicking off our programs for a Nation of Artists before the doors open. And I will say this a few times, we are America's first art museum in school. And because of that, the work that we do doesn't have to just be talks, right? We do art making. So in March, we're having a workshop. All the CE students, take a look. If you're not a CE student, I welcome you to take this workshop. It will dive deep into sculpture with William Brush technique. And not only will you do art making, because we are also a museum, you get to talk to our archives and also come to our public opening day. And so that's just one of the many programs we have for a Nation of Artists. But I told you about our anchoring programs, so you're familiar. That'll keep you coming back. I showed you the laundry list of some of the additional programs we do for our young people, for our educators, for our community. And that's just, I would say, a tip of the iceberg. We are thrilled to have the Historic Landmark Building opening in April. And yes, we still will utilize this building, but how much more conversation and community can we build when we're able to have both buildings at full capacity? My team also has a room in the Historic Landmark Building where we will have access to always do programming. And I think just being in that space will even give us more inspiration to create meaningful connections. One of the things that we do, of course, is engagement. It is programs. It is art making. But the reason why we come here every day and we put so much detail in what we do is because at the end of the day, our goal is to open the door. We want to open the door to our artists, to our partners, to you. And then once you are here, we want you to know that this place is for you, that you belong here, and that you're a part of what we're building and what we're growing. I thank you so much, and I welcome you. This is your personal invitation to be part of the dialogue. Thank you. Our QR code is on the screen. That takes you right to our homepage. And not only am I here and can answer additional questions, but you have members of the PAFA community here. Huge thank you to Kristen for always being one of our strongest partners within PAFA. We can't do this work alone. Not only do we need the community, but all of the departments within PAFA really help us be successful in opening the doors and making people feel like they belong. So follow us. We have a robust newsletter. Our social media is also a place where you can touch base with us and know what's happening. It is a lot to consume, right? We don't want to give you the laundry list. So those ways of being connected through the newsletter and social media are really the best ways to kind of stay on top of how you can touch base with us. Yes, Frank, a question.
Brittany, I really enjoyed the part that you're trying to help everyone understand how important it is to reach the youth, right? And if I may,
Yes.
Can I share a personal story, right?
Yes, please, Frank.
So in 1987,
Use the microphone. They can all hear you.
sure. And this is powerful medicine, so I'm really honored to be able to do this right now, right? This is really powerful medicine. This is the beauty of what Brittany's talking about. In 1987, when I was a 17-year-old child, I was struggling like many teenagers do. And I was really losing my direction. And fortunately, I heard from my art teacher that there's an opportunity to take these classes at this academy, right? I hadn't hardly even heard of it, or I heard of it, but I didn't know much about it. But when I showed up to that class and I got to do drawing in the cast hall, it made a magnitudinal impact on me. So much so that the summer between my junior and senior year, when I was really trying to figure out which direction to go in my life, and I had very little hope for going to college. And I was like, what should I do? I talked my dad into helping me pay. We had to split the difference for the tuition for a couple not Saturday classes, actually continuing education classes here at PAFA for the summer, instead of being bored all summer long and teenager getting in trouble, that kind of thing. So that was directed, right? And I took these amazing classes here. I took portrait painting, figure drawing, and figure modeling. And I got to tell you, the strength of the things that I learned helped me become confident as an artist. I used pieces I literally made right here in this program and put them right and directly into my portfolio that I used to apply for colleges. And I even then went back into my senior year with a great amount of information and confidence in my drawing and painting abilities that I built up such a great portfolio. I got to tell you, I got a scholarship to the School of Visual Arts in New York City, which altered the course of my life completely. I would not have probably gone to college at all. So I did follow through and get a degree in fine art painting, but I also took art education because I understood the value of that, right? And let's leap forward 38 years, and I got this job, right? And now I'm working at PAFA, and it's one of the greatest honors, based on the story I just told you, to come this full circle, but it gets better than that. I was asked to shadow just the GOAT, Al Gurry. He was doing a demonstration one day and he held up a portrait, and I looked at that portrait and I was like, wow, that looks strikingly familiar. And so afterwards I said, Al, were you here in 1987? Yes, I was. So he was literally the guy who taught me and gave me those skills, right? And I can't tell you how it felt last evening when I was standing in front of all the teenagers who were invited from the same exact schools that I went to, telling them this exact story, that I'm standing in front of them filling Al Gore's shoes, literally, teaching the class that was supposed to be teaching, but he's out, and I'm covering for him, right? So that's a full circle story to give you the power and the magnitude of the ripple effect of inviting young people here, giving them access, giving them a sense of belonging and ownership to this classic academic educational process that goes back millennia in history to the classics of art and brings them forward today, puts them in their hands. Maybe they build their portfolio, maybe they apply to college, maybe they come here. Either way, it's the effect that we're trying to unleash on the youth of this city and beyond to bring them here and give them that foothold into the art and culture that we celebrate being the oldest museum in the country. Thanks for letting me share that story.
And did we have any other questions? Oh, yes, please. Let me grab some mics for you.
I used to like with us.
I know. It helps for the virtual.
And thank you. I'm just so grateful that you put the sign at the front of the building. I came in to register I got a scholarship. I came in to finish up my scholarship to class and I saw it. But at the moment I was almost in tears because I'm like, I want to be a part of it, but I thought it was just for the students outside of continuing education. So I'm grateful for Mr. Frank that I got a chance to see, and he invited me down. And I'm grateful that you're doing what you're doing because I've been, I wouldn't say teaching, but I've been inspiring arts my whole life. And I even work with the little babies all the way up, and just to hear, and I work with youth. And the one last thing I say, I'm just grateful for the youthful part of it because it has inspired me as an adult. I'm in my almost 70, and to hear older adults say, oh, well, man, I wish I could draw, I don't have it in me. And just being able to now be a part of what you're doing to inspire them, as well as the youth who, I did an after-school program, and I have their work, and they would not allow me to share it. And I respect that. I won't share it, but I keep it in hopes of letting them see some of my scribble and my just whatever, and it's getting recognized because they don't feel that they're artists. So I'm grateful that you're doing this. I work in the community with youth, and I'm just so excited to hopefully be a part of, I do community engagement, and I'm really excited to be a part of what you're doing and just to be able to be here. And thank you for sharing that story. So I'm grateful. Thank you so much.
And you know you are a part of our community, right? Thank you. Okay, well, again, thank you so much for coming to Art at Noon. You know where to find us if you have additional questions or want to continue the dialogue with us. We really are serious about you being a part of this community and what we're building here. We've got 220 more years of PAFA to stand on and to continue, and all of us play a huge part in making that relevant, a place where people feel like they belong, and accessible. So thank you. Thank you. That was so great. Oh, you guys are amazing. This was the jolt of energy I needed. Oh yes, please ask your question.
Is there anywhere like one place in particular where like any or all events are like listed or like posted?
Kristen, do you want to take this one?
Absolutely, yes. Right on our website, pafa.org, up in the top menu where it says events, that lists all upcoming events.
Okay, yeah, I gotta check that out. Thank you so much.
Yes, and of course you know where to find Frank and I. We're
Yeah.
always open to chat.
Where are you guys? Are you in this building?
Yes,
Yeah,
we're
third
here
floor.
in Hamilton. Yeah.
Same place for continuing ed and all the student services.
Yep.
We also have a brochure for the educational component, like all the teen classes that I teach and things like that. In case anyone in their lives knows a teenager, anyone wants to take advantage of that, I have the brochures right up there. We're actually working on a brochure for all the other things in that list that we're doing too, but we don't have that brochure yet.
Frank's working hard on that too. There's a lot to put on a brochure. Like
Yeah.
Kristen can resonate with us. It's like, what all can we say without being like too much?
And how do you convey all the wonderful, amazing things that you do into a brochure?
We don't. The question mark is still out. But yes, this is one of the ways that we're trying to do it. But all of you really help us kind of hone in on that. So we just so appreciate you. It really is a way that we're trying to make it a two-way street. Yeah. Oh yes, please.
One question. I consider myself an alumni of continued education.
Absolutely.
Since 2013. Is there a way to have us collaborate and tell our stories, like just what Frank did?
I agree.
I came here from Fleshers. Fleshers
Yeah.
referred me here. I took Al Gary's class,
Oh yeah?
and I took, I can't think of his name, the one who does a framing. And I took my friend-
John. Are we talking about John Gray? No.
I can't think of his name.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. It's like, you know, kind of like a soundboard so people can tell their stories. Stories are powerful, right? And that's why I like to tell stories. And your story is a powerful one. And so let me get your contact, because we're going to actually have interns come over this summer. We want them to actually focus on the storytelling component and kind of make some content for like put social media and stuff, like people telling stories. And maybe you'd like to share your story with some of those interns, and you know, we can share that with the world, right? Because I like the message that Brittany was having. It's like, hey, we all obviously are here because we appreciate this institution. Why don't we spread the word? You know, because the word of mouth is probably more powerful than all the marketing we can do. Really,
Right.
you know, it's a one-on-one thing, like me meeting you in a lobby, right?
Yeah, I mean, I really, and I believe if we can have that component, people can be, when they read it, like you said, sometimes reading, when I come and see, I'm like, but when I read it, it does something to my spirit, my soul, it puts more belief that I can be like that, I can
Right.
do that. And that framing class, I just can't believe my first frame that I did, now, because of his class, I now can see my artwork in that frame, because I know what he gave me from that frame class. I couldn't see my artwork before in a frame.
Right.
But now with Costumes, I believe in that, and I put those two classes together, and now I have my artwork framed twice by a well-known frame shop. They did it free for me. And
Wow.
so that's why, like you said, the stories is powerful too, because people can, oh, if she did it, you know, I can do it too.
But the other message that I hear when you speak is almost the journey of an artist. Do you guys hear that too? Right? It's learning your craft, then learning your framing, but then giving back, so that there's more people that have access to this information and I guess inspiration too, right? Like we all need to kind of build up each other. So yes, the young people will be calling you.
Thank you.
Yes, please.
Kind of adding on to your point, I'm curious, and I'm very new. I've only been here as a staff member for just under a month, so I'm just going to ask some probably silly questions.
No,
but are
we
there
love
any curious if there's any roles like student associations or team councils? I've come from a space where we had a student association that was an incredible mouthpiece to
Nice.
the museum, where they were their own sort of entity that, you know, operated, of course, with the museum, but also had amazing programs,
Right.
and had their own network that was really specific. And then I've seen that again with teen councils throughout different contemporary art museums that have worked really well. So maybe there's something already like in existence, or
That's a good question. We had a youth program. We just didn't get enough to sign up for, called the Youth Council, and that was sort of kind of what I almost alluded to. I did allude to a minute ago. We're going to try to do it with our interns for the summer, because we're lining up to get interns. We're going to take the same idea. So the idea with the Youth Council was to kind of like use their own interest in doing media stuff, you know, like social media stuff and everything like that, and interact with the faculty and staff and the people who are all excited about these shows, and get or wonderful stories like that, and get them to share them, and they can tape them and go live. So that's that kind of youth council idea. But the student association that you're referring to, I'm not sure if one exists, to be honest with you. But
I know. I
Kate
think
on
that's
our
such a
floor
good point.
would be the one to talk to about, who does student services.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think Kate would be a great person for us to take this idea back to. But I think that's such a great point, because they have their own subculture and networks that can help us go broad.
it can be also a really wonderful thing for them to gain experience doing very professional work sometimes.
Yes.
Having almost an internship or almost a
Yes.
little special window into how a museum runs, an education center runs.
Oh, actually, there's a show. You might see the signs out there right now. The students are organized, have decided their own show. The one that's based on the Walt Whitman poem. There's advertisements on the tables and in the television. I heard from Kate that that's actually a birth idea from the students themselves. They came up with the theme. They're like, why don't we do something? So I think they're organizing. You know, whether it's an organization or not, they seem to be organizing.
It's happening.
Yeah.
But to your point, we can harness that and have that kind of drive, be another driver. Yeah, thank you. And I'm looking forward to working together. Welcome to
Thank you.
PAFA. Yeah. Yes.
I'm sorry, things just keep popping
No,
up. I don't
no.
know when I'm gonna see you again, so I might as well jump in. I want to thank you for sharing that. I'll just put this out there. I have mental health issues. And one of the things that we struggle with is inclusiveness. We're not inclusive in stuff. If people feel like mental health, so they did a documentary. I am on YouTube. I really haven't watched it. I don't really like seeing myself. I like doing. WHY did a documentary on me.
Wow.
Documentary on me about myself and art and my journey. And one of the pieces that I did, it was a scribble piece.
Wow.
I started with scribble, and I would really love to share that story because that's how I got started. It was just a scribble of just scribbling my emotions. That scribble emotions was in 2014, but I started in 2009 when I first did my first show, just doing it, and I know what I was doing. Got me here and got me doing other stuff. So I would love to be a part of what you're doing and be able to share that. You know, and like I said, and bridge that gap with young people, just sharing. Maybe I can, the connection that I have right now, maybe I can still bring those connections, because I lost the connections that I used to have because of COVID. Everybody dismantled. So I'm trying to do on my own, bring those connections back, and then connect them with, you know, with people like yourself who already have something up and running, so I don't have to start from ground, start from where I'm at and with my connection. So I would love to be a part of what that, you know, what that looks like and stuff. So, you know.
Oh, it's definitely happening. Yes, you are going to be a familiar face with us. I mean, not only just being a participant, but collaborating with us, because those are some of the stories that we're capturing with our young people that are tied into a nation of artists, and we want to capture these voices because PAFA has a legacy, right? It's rich, it's deep, but we want to hear, what are we doing now? Who's a part of this community today? And it's the voice that you share and the stories like what Frank is sharing that really make it relevant and timely and inspires not only the young people, but artists of all generations. So thank you for being so willing to share your story, because it will just help us enhance what we're doing, but also it's the technique of these young people that naturally gravitate to technology and TikTok, but when they're able to harness it on something like this, and then they can show their college portfolio and their teachers, it really goes far and makes a huge impact. So thank you. Yeah. Okay. How did we do? Did you guys enjoy it? You're coming back for collecting? Okay. And of course I can go on and tell you about the whole program until December, but you guys know where to find Frank and myself, and we've already got it on the calendar. So thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. Well done, everybody. Thanks. I think we're off camera. What do you think?
Well, we might still be on.
We still might be on. I know the Dean of the Academy just walked in. Dr. Sonia Mignon, did you want to say hi? Hi, everyone. Thank you. Oh, thank you. So appreciate it. Y'all make it what it is. It really makes it enhanced.
You know what's so funny?
Yes.
Guess what?
Right, on this